something? Have a good one. What can I do for you? Here they are. well met. For the Alliance.
Need help? Light pass.
Need help? Be careful.
But oh, there is a new server wipe. There has been a server wipe in Africa. Apparently, what country is this? Let me go and find it. Mali. So this is, let's go back. I'll show you guys what's going on in this country. And where is it? I'll pull it up on the Google Maps. Where the fuck is it? Alrighty. Maps. There it is. Google Maps. And we'll zoom over. Mali. Okay. So I think it's West Africa, right? Something like that. And it is a, yeah, there it is. There it is. So we have right here, this is the country right now that is having a new server wipe. Now, what's happened in Mali? Basically, they're killing each other again. I know, big surprise. They're killing each other again. This happened in 2021. Now it's happening again. And so let's take a look and see what this country's like, okay? And where is it? And where is it here? Terrain. Do we have any images of this? Are there any images of Mount? There's no place that you can even... Can you zoom in on any of these places? Oh, here we go. Here. Well, what's it like over there? What? I mean, that could be Texas. Like, that's fine. That's not so bad. I mean, this is not... I mean, like, look. You go to Africa and... I mean, that's what's in Africa, right? I mean, that's it. That's Africa. I don't know what the hell you expect. And so that's Arizona. Could be rural. This could be rural Texas. Yeah, it could be. Maybe you're right. All right. Well, let's see. Besides this, all right. What about over? Well, this is a construction place. That's all right. That's not so bad. What about over here? This is not so bad. I don't think it's that bad. Like I don't. Like it's just. Look at all the food they got. Oh, they got all the food. Look at all this food they got going on here. Like, they got food. They even have food over there. Oh, my. Why is it... Does nobody over there throw away garbage? Do they not have trash cans? Like, why? Why don't they just put it in a garbage can? what the fuck's wrong with them? Like, I don't understand. Why bother? I mean, I guess, like, I don't know what to say. And so let me go back. All right. So that's one area in here. All right. What about over in, let's see, is there another big city in Mali? I don't know anything about this fucking place. So let's see, are there any other places? So I just want you guys to get an idea of the kind of country this place is, right? Okay, this seems like to be the only good place. So basically, here's a really good way to tell, just as a general reality, the countries that are closer to the middle are the ones that are the worst. Like, I'm going to click on this dot. We're going to see what it is. Never mind. Wow. This is better than my store. Okay, never mind. Like, all right, what about in this country here? Nah. There's no way. There's no way they got these countries looking like... This is better than my 7-Eleven. This is... Gluten-free... Wait, this isn't... What? There's no... Okay, that's more like it. That's what I was thinking, that it was gonna... It's literally just a pile of rocks. Yeah, see, yeah, get it? All right, there we go. That's Hungarian, mate? Yeah, okay. Only the solar scrape? They're killing each other? I don't know about that. So, anyway. So, Mali is having a PvP event. That's basically what's been going on here. This is, I mean, honestly, like, damn, wait, what the fuck? Is this like one of those, wait a minute, is this like one of those, like, tourist areas where you get to live next to the people like it's a zoo? Like, I've seen this, and, like, and I'm sorry I'm using language that's, like, kind of bad, but, like, they really do treat Africa like a fucking zoo. They do. They go out there, and they look around at these people like they're fucking animals. It's fucking weird. It's extremely fucking weird. I don't like it. Made me laugh, yes. And like a safari. Like Cuba? Kind of like Cuba, but South America. Holy fuck, man. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, like, I hate to say this, but, like, when I hear... I just... Never mind. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna... I don't need to give my opinion on everything. I don't have to give my opinion and every intrusive thought that I have. Let's just not. What was the name of the country? It was started with an N. Yeah, I don't know really what it could have been. I have no idea. Started with an N. And why does the roof have a sink? I don't know. Like, maybe they want to sit up on the roof. Who the fuck knows? And yeah, nobody has any idea. Why would a random sink be on the roof? Maybe there's, I don't know. Maybe people want to stay up there and have, like, nice, like, little events. So there has been a server wipe in Mali. You can see this here. Convoy of jihadist militants with the Jihad Nras. I mean, like, okay. The crazy, I guess the jihadist guys, moving south through the town of Katy, just northwest of Mali's capital, with small clashes reportedly taking place against elements of the army. Oh, here we go. Look at him go.
Ouais, les gars, on aura bouton.
Some things never change. Look at that. Usual suspects. There are. Yep. The same bikes, the same trucks. Look at that. Honestly, what is this, another Toyota? They need to just go and say... I don't know how they could do the framing for this, but they have to show, like, American military might, and then these Toyota trucks 20 years later still going down the road in Africa. And look at how big look, I mean, you have a fucking 50 cal probably in the back here, or at least like a fucking M249, like a big fucking machine gun, right? You have like 5 dudes in the back of this truck, and it's going down like it's no big deal. It's impressive. This is a crazy ad for Toyota. It is. Toyota makes reliable vehicles? Yeah. Like, I remember seeing this when I was a kid. And they're still doing it now. And so, oh, this is later on, but we'll get to that. Militants capture. Oh, here's a gas station. Here's another one.
ستاسيون انت راجع انتصر باترس اكشلي
Look.
اي والله يا جماعه سرقت على البوم باترك سرقت على البوم باترك الرصربت
True.
عشان انتصر
Mad Max shooting? No, this is where they got it from. Look at them all.
تضريع انقد عنا ضريع
You're trying to use it as a gun? Wait, what do you mean you're going to use it as a gun? Why are you shooting sideways? What the hell are you doing? Like, Jesus, what are you watching? Move? Like, they have, I guess they got movies over there, right? Yeah. I guess they got movies. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, this is another city. All right, here we go. Look at all that. Look at them go. Sorry about the audio. They have saxophones too? Oh boy. They should get saxophones. We in New Crusade? As I said, bro, the moment that the Pope ordains the New Crusade is the moment. This is the day I'll go back to church that day. I'll read the news. I'll say, okay, all right, say less. I got it. Why is this ASMR? I don't know why it's weird like that. Look at him go, man. There's a whole ass lot. The Pope doesn't have the balls. I know. And where are the Toyotas? Well, they probably got them in the back, right? They're probably a little bit slower. And yeah, exist. But guns exist. So what would the Crusaders use? Drones. Yeah, just put a drone with a cross on it, fly it in, and we'll blow them up. That's the 12th Crusade. How about that? Seems pretty good to me. Yeah, just paint a cross on it. Yeah, holy drones. Yeah, holy drones. There you go. Yeah, God. You know, yo, no, you're right. I forgot. I mean, Monty Python had the holy hand grenades, right? It only took 30 years for it to come true. Fuck. I mean, you already had you had the foundation laid beforehand. So what's the problem with that? Oh, if there's no argument Edison chat, yeah, call it holy doves. Yeah, exactly. The holy drones, holy hand grenades. I know. And what is this? Oh, this is. Now, this was in America. Real quick, we'll watch this. Actually, was it in America? Let me see. Might have been Canada. No, I don't even know, but it could have been somewhere. Let me turn the music up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Bouncing around. Here we go. Here we go. What are you doing? This is your Amazon shipment in the back of this truck.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Your anime model of Aqua from Konosuba.
Hey!
It's in the back of this truck. That's so stupid. In the back of this truck.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Your anime model of Aqua from Konosuba.
Hey!
It's in the back of this truck. That's so stupid. This is so fucking stupid. Why? I don't know.
Hey!
Are you sure you pressed the blue button, dude?
Hey!
In the whole world?
Narinig
No.
mo,
In
Jay.
America,
Narinig mo na.
yes.
Ay, Labi! Labi!
I love how this guy is already, he's not even, nothing even hurt him. Oh, no, I guess he did hit his head. He did hit his head, okay. Oh my God, look at them all. What a bunch of fucking idiots. And the poor dude in the front, he probably got out of it. Maybe fucked his leg up a little bit, but he'd be all right. And anyway, his brakes probably gave out. Maybe, I don't know. And a major car bomb exploded. Uh-oh, here we go. We got even more of this. Like, this shit has honestly been fucking insane. Like, watching some of these videos. Let me see here. Oh, here's another one. Militants have captured Governor's Palace. They got the Governor's Palace now. This is going viral yesterday, a broadcast about being right-wing. Is this the woman? Let me see if there it is. Let me... Look at the hands raised. Hands raised emoji. What are they fucking with the fan for? Why would you hit the fan? That's why it's going to be a shithole. There's a button to push the fan on. What are you doing hitting the fucking fan around? This is why we can't have nice things. This is it. Probably never seen one. I wonder. I wonder. I have no idea. The flag of Mali is lowered, and the flag of Azawad Liberation Front is raised at a military base. Take it down, guys. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a small flag. What is this guy? What is this flag? Where are you at? Let me see, can I show it? Is he showing the flag? There it is. There it is. All right. Right, bro. Like, and he's kitted out. The thing is, for like day one on a rust wipe, that is a crazy loadout. Wow. Like, look at that. Like, he's got that shit on. He does. Like, look at that. Like, wow. Is that Dave? Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, that looks pretty good. Like, I mean, there's some aura that you get from that, right? I mean, damn, bro's gonna die. Oh, yeah, they'd probably get killed. They're probably already dead. This video's from maybe yesterday, so they're probably already dead by now. But, like, it does look pretty cool. Kick France out because of base. Oh, this is the new one. Oh, here. Jesus. All these guns cost millions, bro. Where are they getting the money? Where are they getting all these guns? Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea. Jesus Christ, there's even more of this. Oh my fucking God. And then, look, he's trying to take a photo, my God. And, yeah, not a surprise. Oh, my God. Seen the Javelin missile in Afghanistan? Look at all this stuff they got going on here. Oh, my God. So, yeah, there's a massive insurgency, like, uprising in this country right now. It's insane. China, Russia, final answer? Yeah, we're probably selling them guns, too. Oh, my God. Look at the... Oh, wow, look at that. Jesus Christ, next to a shipping container? Holy fuck. There it is. The classic. Allah Akbar in the back of a Toyota truck with a .50 caliber machine gun mounted to the back of it. I have been seeing this for my entire life. My entire life. This is all they've been doing.
Allahu Akbar.
Wow. Timeless? Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
It's the same one. Yeah, it's probably the same truck. You're right.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God. So yeah. Anyway, this has been going on, and let me see if I can show any more of these clips. Now, personally, I find this to just be incredibly interesting. Like, you don't really hear about this on the media or anything, right? You don't. I think you should. 5 years ago, Mali was under NATO protection. They had the full U.S. and French on-call bases, everything, the full package. Then their military staged a coup, kicked both out, then replaced them with Russia for some reason. This is the result.
Allahu Akbar. Basani Baran. Allahu Akbar. Hassan Hassan. Allahu Akbar Bakrin. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Afwa afwa.
Jesus. You gotta admit, it's great marketing for Toyota. It is. Maybe Toyota should be paying for these. And this is okay. There's one more. Let's get it.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Ya di sanadi. Ya di sanadi.
My favorite part is that everybody else is just driving around like it's normal. Like this shipping, this like, you know, like fucking supply truck is like, yeah, well, it looks like we're having another one. Well, sure hope I get there on time.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Ya di sanadi.
It's another day. Yeah. And keep in mind, yeah, somebody said chat, nobody's fat. No fat people.
Hey.
Uh-huh. That's you than your room? My room's actually really clean. I don't know what you're talking about. My room's extremely clean.
Ya di sanadi. Huh? La ilaha illallah.
Look at that, bro. Like, that's a full squad. I mean, you got to admit, right? It's like, I mean, they're probably having the time of their life. I mean, think about it. Like, you are squatted up with everybody. You're driving down. Like, this is probably the highlight of their life. Now, it will probably also be the end of their life, but it's probably the highlight of their life.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Huh? Yeah, this is
True though? Yeah, I'm just saying. He's got a motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Gila lang haji. Anda kamu di ya di balik kaci. Ani ko.
Oh, I saw that one. I just watched that. I watched that, Nomad. I watched it like 10 minutes ago. Look at them all. All the homies from the village, yeah. To be fair, if something like this ever happens in my country, I'm joining a side. It doesn't matter which side. I'm joining one. Seems like a badass way to go. I don't think so. Like, if this happened in America, I would just be like, guys, I'm gonna hide in the bathroom. I'm not hiding about. I don't want to get shot. I don't. Like, I mean, obviously, like, I mean, if you had to, I guess you had to, right? I mean, you get drafted or something. But like, if it wasn't for that, bro, I'd roach the fuck out. Like, especially because I mean, you got the drone. Like, you see that shit over in Ukraine, where like it's like the drone plays like, you know, it's like Ukrainian drone that plays the like the Ukrainian national anthem, then drops a grenade on a Russian soldier and it blows them up. And it's like, oh, well, fuck that. That's awful. Like, I don't want to have that happen. That sucks. It's not even like heroic or anything. It just drops a bomb on you. Beep, 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 boom. It's an awful way to go. Yeah, it sucks. And you need a shotgun specifically for drones. Yeah, it's like spawn camping. Well, it's like in one of those fucking you know, civilization games where you out tech the other side and then you just totally run them over. That's what really happens. I think that's it. And but yeah, there's a massive civil war. I'm gonna see if there's any more of this. I can show you guys, but then we're gonna move on to another one that I think is very fucking funny. I'm gonna keep playing Xbox because this is another ad that you know, I had linked. I was gonna look at it today anyway. They make anti-drone ammo for AR-15s now. Maybe you remember the Ukrainian drone video of the guy in the outhouse? Yeah, and he's like, wait, please come back later or something like that. Yeah, something stupid. And where is it here? But isn't it crazy how I mean, I guess like maybe war, like, I don't know if it's a good way to type it or not. And yeah, there's all this. Like, it's crazy to me that, like, if you go and you look at, like, let me think of example. Like, let me look on CNN if they're even talking about this. I feel like nobody, like, basically, there are these PvP events that happen in Africa, and, like, nobody ever even talks about it. Like, in, like, Sudan, millions of people are getting killed. It's just a fucking meat grinder, and like nobody even knows this is going on. It doesn't fit the agenda. Yeah, it's another server wipe. Exactly, like that's it. And French news covers this thing. Well, I mean, how about BBC? I should have searched BBC News, but you know, it's okay. Did they talk about it? All right. No, this is not so bad. They actually put a video out about this. That's all right. Let's see what they're saying.
Okay, I want to take you now to Mali in West Africa. Some developing news that we've been keeping across for the last few hours.
They did.
Forces,
W to BBC.
which also had the government there, say armed groups attacked several of their positions across the country. Witnesses reported intense fighting in a town near the capital, Bamako, where
that was
the
a place we
junta
looked at.
leader lives. Other key cities in Mali as well. The military junta, which took power after a coup in 2020, now claims the militant groups have been repulsed, their equipment destroyed, and have urged people to stay calm. Well, these are some of the pictures which came into us a little earlier, showing an area near
So the best
a
news would be
military
from the
base
French?
outside Bamako.
Well, the French,
So-
it makes sense. Didn't they like kind of like, I mean, they colonized the shit out of Africa, right?
Soldiers were deployed to block off roads in the area, and we could hear some gunfire in the distance. UK's Foreign Office has advised against all travel to Mali.
It's kind of like you know, like you'll let a it's like I feel like the French, they want to check in on them, right? It's like you let a parrot out into the woods, and you come back every once in a while. You see if you can find them. You know,
The attacks. I speak to BBC Africa.
Where's
report,
Petey?
Makochi Okafor now. Just bring us right up to
Mali
date.
Army
What's the
did,
latest?
yeah.
Well, the latest is things seem not to be completely calm in some parts of Mali.
Things seem to be not completely calm. That's crazy, dude. Jesus, I've never said, like, you thought Tyler 1 was bad? Holy shit.
Residents that I've spoken with say
gotta wear
there's
headphones more.
increased security presence, and some gunfires are still being heard around some parts
Jesus.
of the capital city and
It's
even
a mostly
neighboring
peaceful
cities.
war.
Residents said they woke up early this morning to sound of explosions.
Not a
at,
good one.
Bamako, and even people said they also heard explosions at a military base just near Bamako, which is the capital city.
That might have been the
But
one they
sounds of
took over.
gunfire have also been heard in many parts. The military leader and the military in the country have told people to be calm, that
Yeah,
they
relax,
are
guys.
pushing back at what they've called terrorist groups that have attacked a part of the city.
I think they're terrorists. Seems that way.
And do we have any confirmation? Is there any confirmation yet of who these armed groups actually are?
There aren't any official confirmations from any of the active groups that are in the city. However, we do know that the spokesperson of FLA, which is a group
That's one of the
is
groups.
pushing for separation out of the country,
So, militia
a
group.
Tuareg ethnic group, have said that they actually did take part of the cities, but this can't be independently confirmed yet.
As the
even
country
the
still look at that, it's
country's
been out for
leadership
thousands of
haven't
years.
officially confirmed it.
I don't know why they can't get their shit together. I don't get it. Like, I mean, like, goddamn, guys, like, come the fuck on.
But there are lots of
Yeah, it
groups
is what it
over
is.
the years that have been active
It's not my
in
fucking
attacks
problem.
in Mali.
And just briefly remind us, if you can,
It's corruption of
backgrounds
warlords,
of
yeah.
this, to the military in charge of the country at the moment.
Okay, so in 2020, the military took power under the General Assimi Goïta, and he promised that he was going to push back and clamp down on insurgency, which has plagued the country for many years.
Right.
Now, for years,
Yeah, what
Mali have
happened?
seen attacks from Tuareg-led groups that are trying to sort of enforce their presence
damn.
and even take over parts of the country. But also, there are Al-Qaeda allied groups like Jinim that are very
Al-Qaeda. Of course.
active in the country, and even
Of
recently,
course.
groups that have also been allied to Islamic State that are now increasingly being active in the country. And this was the background to which the military took over power. But since 2020, we have also seen attacks continuing to happen, and this is practically after the country sort of severed ties with Western partners and moved closer
Yeah, it
to
seems like it's
Russia,
not so bad.
Russian missionaries,
Russia?
which has been supporting them.
Yeah, how'd that go for you guys, huh? You should have stayed with us. Yeah, where's Russia? Russia's already losing 2 wars. They're losing with Iran, they're losing with Ukraine. Now maybe they can lose with you guys too. How about that? Yeah, keep it up.
The security situation in the country, but
Should've
things
stayed with
haven't
us.
been completely calm, even in recent years.
They lost Syria too. I forgot about Syria. They've lost so many of them. I forgot Venezuela. Yeah, no, for sure, definitely, that's going to be a lot better. Oh my God, what is this here? LSF users calling out mods for removing a sign post. What is this here? Belittles Publix deli workers. Wait, what? Removed by moderator. What the fuck is this? Like, what's going on? But anyway, actually, before I look at that, it's really surprising to me that a lot of people don't talk about this stuff. Like, I find it to be very interesting. I do. I find it to be interesting. I like keeping up with this. Especially, my favorite part about keeping up with this is remembering that it is, thousands of miles away from me. See us here at all? Yeah. He belittles them? Oh, I do the same thing. I mean, like... Jesus. Isn't it crazy that, like, we play video games like this, and then they just go out there and do it? Jesus, well, you're both pricks. Yes. Can't wait for the new... Oh, my God! Holy! Dude, like, they've got it. Oh my God. Missed every shot? Yeah. I figured it out. So this is the Toyota commercial. At the beginning, it shows old footage in like 1996 of Al-Qaeda driving a Toyota truck with a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the back of it for an insurgency. And then after that, it cuts to like 30 seconds of the most crazy kill cam explosions, bombing runs, like fucking airplane attacks and everything from the United States. Like huge explosions, missiles raining down. And then after that, it cuts to the year 2026 and the same model of Toyota truck driving still. And then you just end it, and it just says one word, durable. I'm telling you, bro, like, that really... I honestly think that could sell a lot of fucking trucks, man. Gulf War tough? Yeah. Marketing genius. Yep, there it is. And dude, this guy in chat, you're actually, this is insane. This is actually so good. One regime that never changes. Wow. Wow, that is, holy fuck, bro. That is so good. Hire him? Dude, this guy, yeah, get him on the payroll right now. That's crazy. Oh, ladies, that's fucking funny, man. So peak it is. Holy shit. So I'm gonna write that down. Write that down. Yeah, I know. I almost banned them by habit. I don't ban that many people. I ban like maybe like 10 people a day at most. Some days I don't ban anybody. Are we gonna show anything? These guys gotta get better dash cams. Yeah, if you want to watch this. Jesus. You know, it's probably so hot outside, too. Like, I bet it's probably hot as hell. What are they saying? I don't know. Probably like they're over there, shoot them. Yeah. I wish I had my translator. Yeah, exactly. And there it is, just driving around. Holy fuck, man. They're really out there. Yeah, they're really out there. Holy fuck. No air conditioning? Yeah, I'd be mad as fuck. Can you imagine that? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Jesus. See, I don't know how, like, what's crazy to me, I don't know how they don't just go blow up. Like, can't you? I mean, you probably could get rid of most of these guys with, like, just, like, a handful of tanks and shit, right? Like, if you had a tank that could intercept a few RPG rounds, you could probably, like, knock out all these guys. Like, but do they really just, like, not even have that? Like, they're just getting rolled, like, an airstrike is like, I mean, if you had one airplane, I feel like this would basically be over. And so, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, they can't? Like, do they not have, like, $100 drones? Yeah, it's like, it's crazy that they're still using these old strats and shit, you know? Assassin's Creed Black Flag has been announced. This is some sort of resynced or something like that. I don't know what this is. I've never played the game before, so let me see. Damn. Wow. Wait, yo. Damn.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms. If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil.
Man.
And all men will submit.
This is awesome.
But
Holy shit.
Kid, we take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who
Oh,
am
damn. It's like the British Navy.
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
Oh, damn.
It ain't work if you love it.
That looks awesome. Voices change? I have no idea.
Hey, everyone. I have to say, it is so good to be here. I played Edward Kenway more than a decade ago, and you know, he's one of those characters that never really leaves you. Now, over the past months, we know that you've been waiting. Or we know
No
that you
gameplay?
should
No,
fix.
they're about to show it.
And today, it is finally time to share
Watch.
with you what we've been working on.
Uh-huh.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games. It's totally rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version of the Anvil engine and enriched with lots of new additions. Resynchronization with Edward's journey and memories. The same story, the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion and realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures. And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will be released on July 9th,
That's in like 3
2026.
months.
Today,
Or a little bit
guys,
more.
you are getting the real
Wow.
deal. The first ever look at gameplay. Everything that's been
So they're gonna
rebuilt,
show gameplay right now.
reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories.
All right,
But
let's see.
enough of my talking, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just jump right in.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Man.
13 years after the original, this remake brings the
That's good. Yeah, that's all right.
classic game back to life.
Shit.
Rebuilt from the ground up with the
Wow.
latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure. All right, let's
Yeah, that looks
sail.
really
Dash
good.
my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
You play
Wait, this
as
is in the
Captain
game?
Edward Kenway, a rebellious
Holy
scoundrel
shit,
eager
look
to
at
make a
this.
name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
Damn.
Seen your
Yes?
before.
Use
mates with them pirates down in Nassau. Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot. You hear me? Edward, is it? After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake.
They just don't make them the way they used to, bro. Like this is. I mean, this is so good. I love this.
Along the way, he joins forces
Yeah.
with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane, and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands, and bustling historical cities.
I was like, the moment that I saw them, like the actual gameplay of sailing the ship around, I was sold. I'm gonna play this. This is really good. Yeah, this is great.
From the grandeur of Havana.
I really mean this. Like, I've actually never played a Ubisoft game, really. I never played Rainbow Six. I never played Assassin's Creed, except for Assassin's Creed Shadows when it came out. I never played any of these other games. This is going to be my first real, like, full-on game like this. This is the OG Pyro game? Yeah, see, I didn't know anything about this. I mean, you look at the, like, the stuff, like, this is a bit, wow, holy shit.
The thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating heart of
Jesus,
the
that looks
pirate
good.
republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere
I can't
shaped
wait, yeah.
by opportunities and conflicts.
Uh-oh.
The Caribbean world reaches
Here
a
comes
new
that.
level of immersion and realism.
Jesus Christ. that is
Powered by
good.
high-resolution
So
texture.
this is and the thing, what's crazy is that this was 10 years ago. Like, obviously it looks great now, it looks even better, but like, it looks like, I mean, even back, I bet back then, whenever this came out, this was like, what the fuck, right? Like, I bet people saw this and they were like, wow, this looks amazing.
Enhanced
This was like
lighting,
2014, wasn't it?
strikingly
Yeah.
detailed environments,
Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
and a new dynamic weather system.
Yeah. Oh.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Was that a dog?
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels
Yeah.
truly alive. Creating the perfect backdrop for a life on the edge,
Jesus
where
Christ.
freedom is earned and danger is never far away. Time to draw.
After watching some of these games, it really makes me understand why Ubisoft was such a huge goated company. I was inside of the cave of WoW. I didn't even know this game existed. I can see why their stock was so high. Like, this is ridiculous.
Swords, lads.
And especially like, I hate to pause, but like, the thing to me also is like the fact that like there's like a whole backdrop. Like, not only do you have like, you know, the colonialism era, you know, you have the politics overlay of that, but then you also have like the end game, you know, like assassin, like fucking, I don't know, like the League of Assassins or some shit on top of all this. Like, that is just, wow. That's crazy. That's insane.
Time to draw swords,
Assassins
lads.
versus Templars? Yeah, like,
The
wow.
combat system
Look at
has
that.
been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience. While wielding dual swords, pistols,
Knocked his hat off.
and hidden blades. Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos. Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill. Then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns. Use walls, ledges,
looks
and
really good.
breakables to your advantage. Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
See, here's my only concern. Please make better enemy variety. The reason why I quit Assassin's Creed Shadows is because when I did the first 2 strongholds, I encountered every single enemy that I would encounter for the rest of the game. That's why I quit. I was like, oh, I played the game now at this point.
But fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt
That's
or on
all
the
they need
run,
to do.
mastering
Add
your
more enemy
environment
types.
is key.
Surely they can do that in 3 months,
As you
right?
navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves.
Jesus.
From free jumps to back ejects and side ejects. These
damn.
options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch freely as part of your toolkit to approach targets. Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped. In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember. Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
So you can fuck it up.
All these new interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your mission.
Damn.
Of course, this wouldn't be a real...
I mean, this looks so fucking good, dude. Like, oh my god, this looks great. I also think that, like, the pirate aesthetic, too. The pirate aesthetic, I really, really like it. And the reason why is that it was like kind of like the Wild West of the world still, where like the world was explored but still kind of mysterious, and you didn't have the same level of technology and expansiveness that we have now. And so there was like an element of, I would say, like untamed freedom that existed back then. I'm assuming, right? I wasn't there. I'm old. I'm not that old. But like, and I think that's what makes something like this so interesting.
Pirate adventure without a ship.
The Age of Adventure? Yeah, exactly.
You named your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty.
Damn.
Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before.
They had that in Armored Core.
With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon, you now have more power and flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation.
This is good. Like, honestly, like, this is really, really good. It's amazing, yeah. It's like Windrose, yeah, no.
You will engage in
it's
epic battles,
okay, all right, so
boarding parties, and fort raids.
So you actually, like, whenever you board a ship, you literally move your character over and you get your character on the ship. It's not like there's an animation that puts you on the ship or a cutscene. You just get on the ship. This was Windrose? Yeah, I played the whole thing. I loved it. I want to play this. I'm going to love this too. I don't think about, like, which cake is better. I think to myself, oh my god, I've got 2 cakes.
These are back,
That's my
and as
mentality.
challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever. To reinforce
I
your
play all
crew,
kinds of games.
3 brand new officers make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin, the Padre,
Windrose Perkins,
and Deadman Smith.
Wait, is that all Abraham? It's got it, dude.
And Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative quest line that reveals their backstory. Gain their trust to recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Yeah, I bet Windrose took a lot from this, the original. And I can see why. This is fucking awesome. I've seen some of the original videos of this game.
Explore the
Still good.
Caribbean alongside your crewmates and trusty pet. That's right.
Wow.
You can now find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw.
What?
Engage and plunder other vessels. Steer through violent storms, rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun, regaled by shanties new and old.
Man.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Hey!
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features and fresh quests and
See,
story.
I really gotta tell y'all, like, playing video games now is so good. Like, there are so many. It is a great time to be an unemployed loser. It's such a good time to be an unemployed loser.
Lines, including ones for the officers you met earlier and
me,
just between you and me. New narrative arcs involving our old friends, Blackbeard and Steed. Defy empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the black flag again.
If this game is really good, I will probably play the rest of the Assassin's Creed games. I will. Like, it'll be like Resident Evil. Where, like, I never played Resident Evil before, and then I played the new one. It was so good, it made me want to play the other ones. The OG ones are so much better. Yeah, I know. Like, well, I would play Odyssey, too. Like, I mean, that's the new one, right? Or one of the other new ones besides Shadows. Like, I will play the originals.
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to reconnect with the heart of Black Flag. From the start, the intention was clear: deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine. Expect fully overhauled visuals, new additions that deepen its world.
That looks really good.
And enhanced gameplay both on...
Holy shit, that looks really good. I do want to say that one of the things that a game like Windrose also does very well is lighting. I think lighting and, like, effects like that actually go harder than fidelity by a mile. And how do you know that? Valheim is how you know that. It's obvious. Like, if you actually look at the the actual pixel count of, like, you know, like a boss in Elden Ring, they look like shit. But if you look at if you take a step back and you look at the whole thing, or it's put together, it's like, wow, that's insanely good.
Land and at sea. Movement now flows more naturally from one action to the next, whether you're doing parkour across rooftops in Havana or fighting on the docks.
Crimson Desert did a
Parkour
good
builds
job
on
with
the
this.
latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games, while still keeping Edward's classic moves.
It was all right.
Combat
in the
now
Sat-
offers a
in
more
Shadows.
dynamic
Not great. It was
swashbuckling
all right.
experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes and subtle approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more tactical options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the pace and freedom players remember. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care it deserves. This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on how you play and how you explore the world.
It's not an RPG.
And as we develop the game, we organize dedicated workshops with our community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements. Here's a look at their most recent visit.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
That's cool.
They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game, and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
Yeah, it's about right.
I still can't believe that
So you just brought in a bunch of balding middle-aged men? Honestly, brilliant. Just brilliant. Exactly. That's all you need. Yeah, duh. That's all you needed to do.
can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is just awesome.
It felt nice to be appreciated in that way, to give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism, what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked us more questions about it. So I love the curiosity that they show us, and it shows that they truly care about what they do.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Yeah, I bet.
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core
No
players.
blue hair.
early
Yep,
on.
no blue hair.
We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations. Together, we explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. Now, I believe the Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really...
It's actually true. Like, every time that a new pirate game comes out, every pirate game is compared to Black Flag. That is the pirate game benchmark for every new game. Like, whether it's Windrose, Skull and Bones, what else besides that, Sea of Thieves, like, that's it.
Special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now.
You're right.
Jean, you
Atlas.
were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today. Now, before we dive into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012?
2012.
How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean,
wait a minute. So you're saying that this guy made the game in 2 years? If it came out in 2014, and you said he started on it in 2012.
Like pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity.
1 year?
Right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally.
Happened?
And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval
what happened?
and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the sea wasn't just an add-on, to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one.
Yeah, it has
we
to
also
be.
wanted a world that
of
feels
course.
alive. Right?
Look at that.
Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Rethink today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward.
I think this game's going to be all right. I think that's... Man. Okay, thank you.
And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest Anvil. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further, while keeping the original vision and story intact.
Yeah, Jean, and you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time, and I remember actually in 2012 when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint. This week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work, and Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, in some specific missions.
Well, that makes sense.
But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major...
Can you imagine watching this in 2013, dude? That's insane. Like, this is crazy. That's so good. Oh my God. Are we witnessing the rebirth of Ubisoft? No, I think that they're remaking an old game. When they make a new Assassin's Creed game that is on this same level, then you could, or a new Prince of Persia game or something like that, then you can say that they're back. Right now, they're doing a great job remaking an old great game. They are. And I think that's awesome. That's incredible. That's amazing. But is the company back yet? I'm not ready to say that. But this looks really, really good. It's a step in the right direction. The China bought the Chinese set them straight.
Missions like the
no more blue hairs. Get them out.
3 demo that you worked on.
That's right.
Nope.
Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here. Not just in the game, but in the people making it. One thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was
how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And Jean, what was the intention back then when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. You know, we wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, you know, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, that I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind, John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted.
Yes,
it took a lot of
exactly.
handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
Yeah.
You men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. By Christ!
And you know, when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, you know, and not even noticing where the original end.
I think that the game, like the best remakes are when they remake a game and they make it how you saw it in the first trailer. Because, like, you remember back whenever you watched the first trailer for, like, Ocarina of Time, you didn't think that it looked like a bunch of triangles and shit. You thought it looked realistic. And I think that, like, Demon Souls, another great example, right, is that whenever you saw Demon Souls in, like, 2000 and whenever the fuck, right, 2009 or 8 or 7 or something like that, you saw that game, and you saw that game in the way that they remade it. And I think that's what's so important.
And when the new
content... And, like, the opposite of that is Warcraft 3 Reforged. When you don't understand what the vision was.
That Paul and the team wrote was starting, and this is something really important. That continuity is very much essential.
You know, Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves, does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? Exactly. If the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something...
That's good.
I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, you know, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, you know, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends, right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities, and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, you know, more than a decade. You know, it's the same Edward, but there seemed to be, like, for me personally, you know, from the scenes that were written, kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight
it's supposed to be a remake,
to Edward's
not reimagining.
journey, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However,
gives a fuck. Yeah, I mean multiplayer. Nobody playing this for multiplayer. Yeah.
Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems.
They'll probably make the
But
DLC
we're
later
staying
if it
true
does really
to
well.
its action
That's
adventure.
what I'd assume.
Resynced is a 2026 take on the original Legend.
Yeah.
And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
And Jean, so the modern day, right, that played a really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
So, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day riffs in Black Flag Resynced will feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought,
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, palm trees.
He's right that the game does look really good, and I think that this environment is very appealing to have a video game in. Like, a lot of games are extremely dark and dreary, and so having something that's in this backdrop makes it just naturally appealing.
Movement, it's very generous,
and
in the sense.
I think also there's the gradient of it, where it's not all one thing or another. It's you can do one and the other.
That sense of
make 'em gay?
escapism has always been part of the
For
game,
sure.
and I feel it's very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music, especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties that are connected to the story. So today, we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an artist that's deeply connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Who's that?
And this artist has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations, Woodkid.
Woodkid. Ah, cool.
Well, didn't he do?
That's great.
Didn't that guy do music for?
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now, and I have great news for you.
Death Stranding.
I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Death Stranding?
This time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration, and these are themes that are very, very important for my work. I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, music is just one of those things
I never played a
that
single
people
one.
remember long
I
after
know
they
it sounds
stop
crazy,
playing.
but I never have.
I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, And this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here. Just working on a game takes me back to 2012, and we all want the game to be the best it can be, and we really hope that you guys will enjoy playing it.
Yeah, so you entered the Animus for real.
That's right.
In 2012, yeah.
I mean, what a great thing, right? To come back to something, more than a decade after, and get to revisit and rebuild and reimagine this wonderful world. It's just been such a pleasure for me, and I thank you guys for bringing me back. Before we wrap this up, I've got a little surprise for you. All right, this is something pretty awesome. I saw it today for the first time, and I love it. So here we have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome, and inside
Is that a pirate hat?
Is a really stunningly
pirate hat, I'll buy
well-crafted
it.
figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there,
Oh, that looks cool.
slouched like like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook with all of, like, Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures, and there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today, and that
looks cool.
If you guys like it, then you're gonna have to get your own, because this one's mine.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're welcome to take it. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. If I had to guess.
We can't wait for you to live or relive this thrilling pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That will launch on July 9th, 2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
That was pretty good, man. It did. The Steam page store is already up. Yeah. I mean, I'm not ready to say that Ubisoft is back. Like, I feel like until they make a new game inside of one of their existing... Actually, even if they make a new franchise and it's really good, then I'll say that they're back. I mean, this is a remake of a game that they've already made before. So I'm not going to go super crazy about this. But what I am going to say is that it does look pretty good. It does, and I've never played it, so I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I am too. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And do you ever collect figurines? I don't collect anything, okay? Like, I'm not a collector. I'm not into collecting things. I know some people really like to do that stuff. For me, it's just not for me. But this game does look really good. It does. It's not an RPG. It's the most beautiful things ever said. Yeah, and it's not how this is exactly what I said. This is how I saw the game visuals back in 2013. That is exactly fucking it. And if you're able to make a game that is able to kind of like reinforce that, that's perfect. Collector's edition videos on Ubisoft besides WoW mounts. Well, I haven't played WoW for a while. Like, I've been tired of playing that. And yeah, this looks like a really, really promising game. So, Mouse PI for Hire got a review from IGN, and it was not well received. Let's find out why. Let's find out.
I love noir. I'll take all kinds. The hard-boiled detective, the seedy crime story, neo-noir, classic pulp, you name it, I'm buying.
Okay.
So when Mouse PI for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty...
See, I can already tell this is a theater kid. Like, using these illusions and allegories... Only a kid that was in AP English in 12th grade would do that. I mean, not an incredible author and writer would never do this, but somebody who was in AP English, they definitely would. I can immediately tell.
Excited about it, but noir isn't just an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of the leggy blonde. While Mouse PI for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there or how they're used to tell compelling stories. By fusing a hard-boiled detective mystery with a fast retro-styled FPS, developer Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent, with the apparent aspirations of its story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs in all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wish I liked it more than I do.
It's over. You got nowhere left to run. I run toward the dream. A bright future ruled by big
cheesy.
Mouse follows Jack Pepper, a private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse, after Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician.
I can give you more than a crumb, Jack. I can give you a magician.
As you'd expect, that spirals into a much bigger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence as bigger mice oppress the smaller shrews.
My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew.
Same as
What is shrew? Never mind.
Was, even in Mouseburg, and the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough.
I was in too deep. Way
deeper than I signed up for.
What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is.
Yeah.
The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy, he's a cheese-legger.
These cheese-leggers in on the shrew record.
Run into a lady mouse with a sultry voice, it'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
someone need to assure you they're telling the truth.
Swear on my mama's cottage curds.
This is charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not, instead it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
I should have probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute. Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not so much. And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese like...
Well, yeah. I mean, where would the alligator... Like... So, one of the criticisms of the game is there's an alligator in the sewer? I mean, like, I really... Like,
Just talked to the guys in Tennessee. They're saying, let me go with you, they're saying he's the guy.
This is 23-year-old Tyler Panzarella. Tyler is being investigated by the Myrtle Beach Police Department for the murder of his roommate and co-worker, Christopher Sky Bowling, whose remains were discovered just hours earlier near a haunted road in South Carolina.
They're saying that you planned this, you drove him out there, you had the gun, y'all walked out there, you shot him. No. So what was it, an accident? You shoot him by accident? I never. Or you just a monster and just say, hey, we're going to take you into the woods and blow your head off.
The person Tyler is pinning the blame on is Nick Henry, Christopher's best friend. However, the detectives interviewed Nick as well, and he insisted that Tyler was the cold-blooded killer, not him.
Why would he say he shot? Tyler said I shot him? Because Tyler shot him. Like, listen, bro. Like, I was telling God that God knows the truth. I did not do it. He did it.
Oh man, Nick had the gun. He's been like he scares me. That's the type of person he is.
It was not me. I swear to God. Like, please, it wasn't me. Like, I swear to God, it wasn't me.
This is your chance. I mean, did you do it? Did you kill him? No. I'm being 100% honest on everything. No.
I didn't do it. I swear to God, I didn't do it. I did not want none of that to happen to him. I swear to God. I swear to God on everything. I promise. I swear to God. Like, I'm the one who took him down there to see his kid. And now he's dead. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault.
The drama began on August 2nd, 2020, when Chris's mother, Kelly Simmerly, reported to the police that Chris had been missing for 5 days.
This is not like our son. This is not like Chris. This is not his personality. This is not anything like him. He would not just, disappear and without a trace. He just wouldn't. I'm worried that he is hurt. I'm worried that someone is hurting because this is out of character for my son.
The Myrtle Beach Police Department immediately launched an investigation and learned that Chris was living with his co-worker, Tyler. So, they went to Tyler's workplace to speak with him.
We are speaking with Tyler Panzarella.
Yeah,
How long have you known Chris?
Not too long.
Chris was originally living in Tennessee, but he reached out to Tyler a few months ago, looking for a place to stay. He told him it would only be until he found an apartment of his own. He wanted a permanent residence to be closer to his son.
So his son and stuff was here, so he was asking me, he's like, hey, I want to come down to Myrtle Beach and everything. Could you help me out and let me stay with you? I'll pay you rent or whatever. And I was like, yeah, no problem.
Chris's friends Bailey and Nick drove him to Myrtle Beach, and Tyler agreed that the three of them could stay at his apartment temporarily. But according to Tyler, Chris had a change of plans when he met a girl online, and he suddenly vanished.
Last time I heard from him, I think it was like the
26th, 27th, I believe it was. And then he just kept talking about, like, this girl he was talking about and going to, like, North Carolina with her. Okay,
Who's the girl, do you know?
I have no idea. I don't know the specific name. And then, like, didn't answer my phone calls or nothing, anything, nothing at all.
Do you have Bailey and Nick's numbers?
Yeah.
Apparently, Bailey and Nick went back to Tennessee shortly after Chris disappeared, so the detectives reached out to them to see if they would corroborate Tyler's story. They failed to get a hold of Bailey, but were able to speak with Nick, who also said that Chris met a girl from North Carolina and skipped town to be with her. However, this story still seemed suspicious to the detectives. Chris's family claimed that he loved his son more than anything, so why would he leave everything behind for a mysterious girl he met online? The detectives executed a search warrant for Chris's social media records and discovered nothing. After posting a video of himself by a fire on the day of his disappearance, all activity came to a halt, and they found nothing to suggest that Chris had met a girl from North Carolina. At this point, they had a strong feeling that Tyler and Nick were hiding something, so they obtained another search warrant, this time for Tyler's apartment. The detectives didn't find anything until the cadaver dog went into Chris's room and detected human remains. However, there was no body in the apartment, and just because the dog detected the smell, it didn't mean that a body was ever there. The only thing it confirmed was that Tyler had picked up the scent of a dead body somewhere, possibly on his shoes, and carried it into his house. 6 days after this search was conducted, the detectives went back to Tyler's apartment to speak with him for a second time.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Good. I'm Detective Eddie. This is Detective Whitmire. You mind if I step in and talk to you? Originally, we were kind of helping the missing persons division, okay? At this point, I mean, we think that something happened to Chris. And we're obviously talking to you because you're one of the last people that saw him, okay? This is the important part, okay, for you to basically be 100% truthful and just listen to me for a second, okay? To tell us everything you know, okay? Because we think something happened here, possibly an accident, okay? And we think you know something about it. I'll tell you right now, I mean, when we came into the search warrant, we had a cadaver dog come. The dog alerted to possible deceased person in your apartment.
But did it where did he alert? Or like where? Is it just like in general? Or just like
what I'm trying to do, I mean, I'm not playing games with you. If you're, I know. I know. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to give you every opportunity to basically tell us anything additional you may have. We need to know now because later on, when we put the puzzle together, which we're going to do, we're not going to have this conversation. Does that make sense?
Have you ever had a weapon?
It was a 9mm, but it went missing whenever Nick moved to Tennessee.
Okay. Do you think that Nick or Bailey would be capable of doing something to Chris?
When you say Bailey, I mean, just from like the way Nick talks and carries himself, like maybe. Nick scares me, okay, if I would be really honest, like, truthfully, like this one, like, he freaks me out. And so, like, he, like, said weird stuff about, or basically, like, that he might have done something. And that just scares the shit out of me, because, like, I've never been around that. I've never, like, you know what I mean?
What did he tell you?
What was the road? What's that old haunted road? Like, Lucas Fair Road?
I never heard this story.
It's like apparently a haunted road back there. He was saying he went there and, like, did something or whatever. Like, said he killed somebody. But, like, then that's when my gun went missing. But I don't know who it was because it was scary.
Well, hearing that story,
yeah. But
do you think it could be Chris?
I mean, now, yeah. Honestly.
If you're scared of Nick or Bailey or someone else, or, you know, the best thing you do if you want to help yourself out is tell the truth. So, did you see Chris dead at any point? Okay. Can you tell us what happened?
They just told me to go. They thought we were just going to go do some, like, haunted stuff or, like, by that road or whatever. So, like, we went there, and then, like, he had my gun or whatever, and then just, like, just shot him.
Nick shot Chris. Where?
Head.
Then what happened?
Just shaking, scared for my life. I don't know if he was going to shoot me or what. I don't know. I'm not wrong. Like, this is like a scary.
I completely understand.
Despite recalling such a terrifying and life-changing moment, Tyler showed no emotion while describing it, maintaining a blank stare the entire time. Although everybody responds to trauma differently, this behavior made the detectives even more suspicious of Tyler.
So you're out there on Lucas Road. Who's with you? You?
Nathan Bailey.
Okay, so the four of you get out of the car, and what happens?
Just walk into the woods and just shot.
What was the conversation before the gun went off?
Nothing. We're just all walking to the woods.
So how did Nick get the gun? I mean, you just took it out of your car, or who had the gun when you guys got out of the car?
Because I was walking, and because he told me to bring it or whatever, so I was like, okay. And then he was like, hey, let me see it. And I was like, for what? He's like, I just want to shoot it or whatever. So I was like, okay. And then I handed it to him.
How far were they standing?
I like that.
Okay, so 6 feet, give or take. Arm extended, or?
Yeah.
Down. No, you can't. You don't have anything near him.
Yeah, it came out literally just like that. It came out literally just like.
Some may argue that Tyler's laughter during this demonstration is simply a natural response to break the tension in an uncomfortable situation. However, the fact that he actually shot the handgun completely unprompted makes it much harder to play devil's advocate. A more sinister explanation for Tyler's laughter is that he is not just reenacting Chris's murder, he's reliving it and gaining gratification from doing so.
So did Nick say anything right after he shot him?
Nothing. He just was quiet, and then he was like, take this.
So he gave you back the gun?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just grabbed it and went to the car.
If Nick handed Tyler the gun, why did Tyler not take control of the situation? Why didn't he leave Nick in the woods and go straight to the police? The detectives were not buying Tyler's story, but they played along since they still needed to locate Chris's body.
So where's his body now? Like Lucas Road somewhere?
Yeah.
You think you can get as close to the spot?
Yeah, I could probably go with you guys. Probably.
Although they didn't want to arrest Tyler for Chris's murder just yet, they couldn't risk having him flee at such a crucial point in the investigation. So, he was arrested and charged with obstruction of justice for providing a false lead and withholding information during their investigation.
He's just gonna pat you down, man.
Tyler directed the detectives and a team of officers to Gilbert Road, which used to be called Lucas Bay Road.
You got a handcuff key on your thing? Yeah. You just want to get him out and take the shackles. Huh? Swing your feet around, man. We're going to take these leg shackles off real fast.
Tyler led the detectives down a long road and eventually ended up at a fenced-off area deep in the woods.
It looks really good.
To the right a little bit of that? It's kind of like saying that you're 1, 2 o'clock. I think this is about the spot then. You want to check it out?
The detective stood by Tyler while officers went into the thick brush and conducted a thorough search for Chris's remains.
Be careful where you're stepping if there's crime scenes. You remember what shoes he was wearing that night? It's like blue Jordans.
In blue and white?
About 50 feet past.
The investigators had found what they were looking for. Through dental records, they were later able to confirm that the remains did in fact belong to Chris. Tyler was escorted back to the police cruiser once again and taken to the police department for another interview.
I'm gonna take you to the wet or you can video, okay? Just talk to the guys in Tennessee. They're saying, some boys there are saying he's the guy.
This statement was a complete lie. Nick and Bailey hadn't been interviewed yet. In fact, both of them were still 6.5 hours away in Tennessee. The detectives wanted to see what Tyler would do if Chris's friends were pinning the blame on him, stick to his story, or confess to Chris's murder.
They saying that you planned this, you drove him out there, you had the gun, y'all walked out there, you gave the gun, you shot him.
No, I never had a problem with Chris, nothing, ever. And I'm not like that, man. I came from a good family, I promise you, man. Like, I would never do that to someone, ever.
They say you did it.
No. I'm telling you, I'm a good person. I would never in my entire life, ever.
You saying you was a good guy? Why didn't you call 911 whenever you left there? You just left him out there to die.
Because I was scared, man. I didn't know what to do. I've never been around that. I've never been in that situation.
This is your chance. I mean, did you do it? Did you kill him?
No. I'm being 100% honest on everything. No. I told you everything that happened. No.
So was it an accident? You shoot him by accident?
I never.
Or you just a monster and just say, hey, we're going to take you to the woods and blow your head off.
Oh man, Nick had the gun. He's been like he scares me. He's been scaring me ever since he got that's the type of person he is.
This back and forth went on for a while, with Tyler positioning himself as a defenseless victim, even though Nick supposedly handed him the gun. So far, the detective had been playing the role of the good cop, taking everything Tyler was saying into consideration, even if it was hard to believe.
All right, Tom. Sit tight, Willie. We'll be right back again. Okay.
But now, it was time for the bad cop to step into the ring.
All right, fellas. Sergeant Lee, this is my sergeant, okay? I've been sitting in another room listening to you, listening to everything you say. And all these guys have told me everything that's been going on for the last 3 or 4 weeks, whenever the hell this started. All right? You're how old? 23. What do you plan on doing with your life? Be the best person I can be. Really? Where do you want to be that best person? Thanks. Let me tell you right now, you're fixing to go to prison. Guess what's going to get done to Tyler? You're going from here, you're going to get charged with murder. You're going to be charged with killing Chris. Do you understand that? Look at me. Don't sit there and give me these crocodile tears. Tyler, don't sit here and bull me because you don't go out to Lucas Bay Lights and bring a gun into the woods at night if you ain't got something planned. So be honest. This story, to be able to tell this story, shouldn't take you any more than 5 minutes, from beginning to end. You took your gun out of the glove box. You can smile all you want. Smiling right now. You're smirking. I'm not. You took your gun out of the damn glove box. You handed it to you say you handed it to another kid, who then shot your buddy. And then you all let's just go back in the car and go back to my apartment. It takes you a month to come forward and say, I didn't know what to do. No, you didn't know what to do. You're a good person. But good people, you know what they don't do? They don't leave a kid to lay out in the woods to get eaten by animals. That's what you did. You've played the game in here long enough. You're involved in some that you would have never, ever been done if you were a good person.
So that's what you think. You think I'm just that type of person. And I don't know where...
Yeah, I think you're the kind of person that takes a friend out into the middle of the woods.
From what representation, though? That's what...
From your own words. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You better talk.
The detectives hoped that Sergeant Lent's intense and overwhelming style of questioning would encourage Tyler to open up to Detective DeWitt's calmer approach. However, this plan failed to elicit a confession.
Is there anything else you think of? Anything whatsoever? You know what happened, you know what the story is, you know where the body is, stuff like that. I made a mistake. I should have came to you guys sooner, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. But now I gotta live with that. There's really nothing I can do to get away from this, or... I know that. I made a mistake, dude. I gotta pay for that.
Clearly, Tyler had no intention of taking responsibility for Chris's death. Although they hadn't ruled out Nick as a suspect just yet, the detectives decided to charge Tyler with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Following Tyler's arrest, the detectives told Chris's mother that her son had been murdered.
They said that, we're sorry to inform you, but your son has been killed. Okay, yeah, it hit me hard. I could not breathe. I could not catch my breath. I was shaking all over, and I just kept saying, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it,
Kelly was relieved to hear that Chris's killer was behind bars. But if the detectives wanted to keep Tyler locked up, they had to get Nick and Bailey's side of the story. So, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation tracked them down and brought them into one of their offices where they were confronted by the Horry County detectives, starting with Nick.
Hey, Harry.
Try to relax. Okay, we're just gonna have a conversation, all right?
Right away, the detectives believed that Nick's emotional demeanor was more appropriate for this situation than Tyler's strangely calm demeanor. However, considering Nick had over a month to prepare for this interview, it was possible that this was all an act.
So good, you might go to jail.
Okay, but let's just have a conversation and we'll kind of cross that bridge, okay? All right, Nick, so keep it real with you, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're from South Carolina. I work for Horry County, here in Myrtle Beach. We've been working on the case for quite some time now, okay? And we have reason to believe that you are involved in that case, okay? So we're going to go back to the night of July 27th, 2020.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
We did it. Yeah, what? Shot him. Please don't tell him I told you. He told me, he was like, if you ever tell anybody, I'm coming to give you in your grandpa. Make sure you get do nothing. Wait. He has my house key. Oh, he has my grandpa. Please.
So, Kyle's in jail. So he's not a threat to your family, okay? But, unfortunately, you got trapped up, okay? We're just trying to see what you can provide to us as far as from your point of view, okay? To make sure we have the story right. Okay? So that's what we're looking for from you.
After being assured that his grandpa was going to be safe, Nick immediately began detailing the night of the murder.
Okay, so we're in the car and we're driving through there. Baby, Sky, and Tyler. Or whenever you say Sky, who's Sky? What's his real name? Chris. I guess Sky said something about his nephew or something like that and started making fun of him, and Tyler just looked at him like that was the last straw. They haven't really got along. We're just driving and I didn't know where the hell we're going. And Tyler's faces on some old dirt road. He was talking about some haunted forest or haunted something. And everybody was just freaked out. And we started walking. We made sure he was behind him. And we all got somewhere wherever he wanted us to go to. We told him it was at a specific spot. And they just spooked him. I was terrified. I didn't know if I was going to die too, and I've never seen anything like that before, and I didn't know what to do.
Nick's demeanor once again appeared genuine, aligning perfectly with the feelings that he was describing. Unlike Tyler, who claimed to be terrified, but showed no signs of fear. Additionally, Nick's story was much more in-depth, while Tyler's story was surface level with very little details. However, the detectives wondered if Nick's story would change at all once he was under pressure.
So you didn't touch the body at all? No. I promise I did. I swear to God. Pulse, man. Just let it. I was scared. He just popped him in front of me.
So why would he say you shot?
Tyler said I shot him? Because Tyler shot him. Like, listen, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all the God's honest truth. I did not do it. He did it. And I have the proof that it was his gun. It was the first day I met him and he showed me. It was not me. I swear to God.
In one final Hail Mary, the detectives showed Nick pictures of his friend's skeletal remains.
That's what y'all left me with right there. See that? What is it? Yeah, you tell me what it is. What is that? Show you a better picture. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. See that? Y'all did that.
Did do it.
See that? Look at that. Who's that right there? Who's this right here? Look at it! You see it? Who did that? Who is that right there?
That's God, but I didn't do it. I swear to God I didn't do it. I did not want none of that to happen to him. I swear to God. I swear to God on everything. I promise. I swear to God. Like, I'm the one who took him down there to see his kid.
And now he's dead.
It's not my fault.
Dead.
It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault.
About an hour into the interrogation, the detectives conceded that Tyler had pulled the trigger.
Did you tell him the plan with Tyler?
No, Tyler.
Contribute to the plan that Tyler had for this whole situation?
No. Neither did Bailey.
What percent of responsibility do you think Tyler has for this? What happened? 0 to 100? 0 being the least, 100 being the worst.
Like 100. He's the one who.
Let me ask you this. Bailey, what percentage do you think he is for this?
None. 0.
0%?
Yeah.
And what percent do you think you are related to this?
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't.
Percentage-wise, do you think you have no responsibility for what happened?
I mean, I couldn't help it. So, like, maybe like 2 or something, but I can't just stop that. Because he was going to do that to me, too. Like, please, it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
All right, this is a voluntary statement. Everything you just told us, you were writing on paper.
All right.
Thank you.
After providing a written statement, Nick was charged with obstruction of justice for lying about Chris's whereabouts during his initial phone interview. Nick's interrogation only strengthened the detective's case against Tyler. But at this point, it was still one suspect's word against the others. At the very least, the detectives needed a tiebreaker, so they moved on to the final person who was present for Chris's murder, Bailey.
Yes, right down that chain left. So here's the deal, Bailey. We ultimately know what happened to Chris. We know you were there. What we're looking for right now is to see how cooperative you're going to be with us, because we don't need you getting in trouble just because your friends put you in a bad situation, because nobody said you did anything, but you were there. What I need to know is, did Tyler shoot him, or did Nick shoot him? Who shot him? Tyler. Tyler pulls out his gun and shoots who? Chris. How many shots? Just one. Okay. Make any direct threats to you?
I mean, he told me if something happened, he'd know.
Some other people we've spoken to said Nick shot him.
No, it wasn't. Now, just because he's my friend, don't mean I'm going to stand up for him, because I don't think it's right. Either way. But it was Tyler.
Would you be willing to take a polygraph to show that you're not having provided false information to us today?
Yes, sir.
All right, just sit tight for me, all right?
Yes, sir.
The polygraph test results suggested that Bailey was telling the truth. As you may already know, polygraph tests are notorious in being unreliable in detecting deception. But the fact that Bailey agreed to one was a testament to his transparency with the detectives, and gave him credibility as a cooperating witness. Furthermore, after the interview, he drew a diagram of the crime scene, showing where Tyler parked the car and where they were all standing when Chris was shot. In the end, Bailey was allowed to leave the station since he was determined to be nothing more than an innocent bystander. When Chris's mom learned that Tyler and Nick had been arrested, she was shocked since Chris only ever spoke highly of them.
Nicholas was Chris's friend for a long time. At least 5 or 6 years. Chris called them his friends. He called them his brothers. He looked up to them.
While behind bars, Tyler continued to maintain his innocence. And 2 years after being arrested, he entered an Alford plea for voluntary manslaughter. This type of plea meant that Tyler didn't admit that he was guilty, but recognized that there was enough evidence that a jury would likely convict him. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison and must serve 85% of his sentence before being eligible for supervised release. To this day, it is unclear exactly what caused him to snap. As for Nick, he pled guilty to his obstruction of justice charge and was sentenced to 10 years probation. Chris's mother continues to struggle with the loss of her son, who she describes as her best friend.
I never once questioned God why. I've learned not to do that, and I've never once blamed God for this. God did not do this to Chris, but he allowed it to happen. But my main question is why?
Unfortunately, Kelly may never know why her son was taken from her in such a cruel and senseless way. However, she has since named a star after Chris as a constant reminder of the light he brought to those around him. In this video, we will be comparing 3 different types of so-called geniuses that challenged their interrogators. We will also be presenting a summary of each interrogation's respective.
It's that time again, another excavator police chase. These happen more often than you'd think, where someone is being pursued by authorities while in an excavator. Now, I don't know why it so commonly occurs with an excavator in particular. It doesn't feel like the optimal choice for evading anyone. Genuinely anybody. Fucking geriatric grandpa with his walker could catch up to an excavator. Like, the best you could do is start, blasting shit with the big bucket. But outside of that, it's really just not ideal for a chase. Yet somehow, it continues to be the subject of these low-speed pursuits. There's always a lot of heavy equipment police chases now. I feel like this happens pretty often. Real quick to set the record straight, the title of that Midwest safety video is incorrect. It is not a bulldozer. That is 100% an excavator. There it is.
Hey, stop!
The kaiju.
Stop!
You can't stop it.
Stop the car!
Oh, he's gonna hit him with the bucket.
Hey! Put it down! Stop it! Stop it right now!
You see what I mean? These puppies are built for power, not speed. You are watching it at fucking full throttle. That is pedal to the metal excavator action right there, and it's not exactly zooming around, you know? It doesn't have a whole lot of get up and go to it, but what it does have is the ability to 360 degree, like a fucking owl's head there, swinging a big old heavy bucket, which collides with that truck there and manages to shake the officer off of the cabin. It's bulletproof glass, he thought of everything. Activate the turbo boosters. How are they keeping up with his speed? Officers, may I remind you that impeding in a construction site is indeed a crime? Clear the way, he's got a job to do. Oh, the officer's gonna get out there and hold him back with his bare hands. Man, how far away did the officer park? Maybe he doesn't see them. True, maybe he didn't see them. They didn't have their lights and sirens on. The cherries weren't activated. Now he probably sees them. Oh, he's avoiding the pit maneuver. Nice. Get the spike strips out. We'll try and bust the tracks.
No, you're not. Show me your hands. No, you're not.
Wait, who is that? Those building employees? Are they implicated in this? I feel like they just came out to watch the chase.
Cars try to block them in. Also, get K9 this way.
Trying to block this in. What a terrible strategy. He's gonna go right through you like a knife through butter. Look at that speed. You can't stop that. This is the one thing the officers could never plan for. They have no countermeasure.
Love everybody in the area.
He's getting away. Oh, he's drifting. Ooh, smooth. Off-roading. Good luck getting him now. He's gone. We lost him.
Oh, they be right here. He's in somebody else's yard now.
Far be it for me to give advice to the guy in the heavy machinery, but maybe turn off the lights.
He's gonna ram you.
Kill the lights. You'll disappear into the night.
Nope.
Is there a way to open that back hatch and disable it while he's driving it?
Go deeper into the wilderness.
Backhoe whenever we try to get near it.
And start spinning it in a circle like Garen's E. Then they can't get close. the fuck did it? Oh, I thought the... Wait. Wow. I didn't see the other car pull up. I just saw this officer hit this guy.
Dumbass.
Okay.
Watch out, you got really bad drivers coming behind you. They almost hit Hughes.
He has felony warrants. He has felony warrants.
For what? What's the charge? Enjoying a drive, a succulent big bucket drive.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll get him. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You need to stay back. You want me to stay?
Oh boy.
Get him out of here.
It's getting crazy now. The crazy family has arrived, as advertised. Can someone give this man a cigarette?
We're gonna let you get a cigarette, dude. You step out of the bulldozer, not the Quit touching me. Y'all need to stay back. Quit touching me. Let me get him. I'll get him. I'll get him out. I promise you I'll get him out, man.
Man, these two really, like, these were the actual bulldozers. These two just went right through the cops. Stay back! I won't let you through! And then they just walk right by them. Very good.
I'll get him out. Hey, get back. Hey, get back.
All right, let's calm it down a bit. Let's take the temperature down here. No need to be yelling.
Jacob, we're not. Come on, step out.
Easy enough. He just didn't know you guys were there. Man, this is just so much commotion. Holy. There's so much yelling. I was just curious if he somehow got back into the vehicle. How is there still 3 more minutes of this? Let's go. The cigarette strat not patched yet. Yeah, it still works. Ultimately, he did get a cigarette. That wasn't a lie or anything. He was allowed to smoke his cigarette there, and the second that happened, the tensions just evaporated from everyone. The officers, the family, the guy, everyone just immediately calmed down and entered Zen mode. Like, it was just all, much more calm. Just the second that cigarette gets into the equation, everyone's like, oh, well, I do say, chap, hey, look at us. What a mess we find ourselves in, huh? It was remarkable how quickly things settled down there. Now, he did still end up getting arrested for, everything there, like the fleeing, and the officer says that the bucket did actually hit him, like he got hit by the arm when he swung it around, and took a picture of, like, an injury or something that he had there, and showed it to the others. Of course, I don't know the extent of that. It didn't really look like the bucket hit him, but it was also extremely fucking dark, so can't say for sure. But things did settle down there, and as far as excavator chases go, this one was on the more tame side. Anyway, though, I watched just about every excavator or heavy machinery chase that unfolds. It's always so fascinating to me. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yeah. Holy smokes, if you felt the ground shaking beneath your feet earlier today, it wasn't an earthquake. It was the CEO of Crafton getting his cheeks clapped by a judge. What a biblical smackdown. He got good douched. He looks like a full-blown fool here, an absolute clown. Before diving into the spaghetti and the meatballs of this wacky meal that's been served up here, I'll at least give you the lore for those that don't know. Crafton is the publisher behind Subnautica. I'm confident most of you have heard of that game. It is a massive title, and the sequel, Subnautica 2, is a highly anticipated release. And last year, there was some serious turmoil, some big-time controversy. Crafton dramatically fired Unknown Worlds CEO Ted Gill. Unknown Worlds is the developer of Subnautica, as well as other senior team members. And Crafton also said that the game's launch had been delayed, something it blamed on Gil, even though its team had been working towards an early access release that would have seen them eligible for a $250 million bonus. This was part of their deal. There were
You are about to see Johnny's Hilton find out that her son, 17-year-old Connor Hilton, just shot his two best friends in the head.
I'm going to talk to you something that's going to be very hard to talk about.
Okay.
And I have your son in the back seat of the patrol car because he's indicated to us that he took two people's lives today in your house.
I cannot believe this.
No,
this is
you know.
insanity.
But the details of this tragedy only get wilder. While Connor unloaded his weapon on two of his friends, a third friend heard everything after locking himself in the bathroom about 5 feet away.
Hello? Who's in here?
Hello, caller in the bathroom. Open the door. Lift your hands. It's just me. I'm in crutches.
After making sure the surviving friend wasn't hiding any weapons, the officers escorted him outside to take his statement.
As we literally not even 2 minutes of being in the house, we come in, he's on the couch or something, he stands up, I walk right to the bathroom, I have to pee, and then I heard two loud gunshots, and everybody was quiet, and I felt like I could hear laughing, but I think it was just them breathing, and Connor was like, what have I done, and started crying, and I don't know where y'all found him, but I thought he was gonna shoot through the door or something, and Connor was like, what have I done?
Perhaps the most intriguing part of this case is that the shooter, Connor Hilton, had no motive and no history of violence whatsoever. Even when the officers first arrived on the scene, Connor was waiting outside for them and seemed mortified by his own actions.
What happened? I screwed up so bad. Somebody hurt? Who's hurt? Two people. Two teenage males. Okay. I think they're deceased.
I'm just going to detain you, okay?
There is
Why did I do this?
Where's the gun at, bud? I really have no clue. I need to be put in a mental hospital.
Dear God. I'm going to hell.
As Connor waited at the cruiser by himself, it was obvious that he felt remorseful. But as soon as the officer got into the car with him, his tone suddenly changed.
Where am I being transported to? Friendly. I know this isn't a time to be bringing this up, but are you having a good Christmas, officer?
After just a few minutes, he started to talk about the shooting, only to claim that he opened fire out of self-defense.
We got into an argument. Ethan tried to come at me. And I got freaked out, and he tried to grab my throat.
What Connor just said was that during the few minutes that he and his friends were at his house, one of the victims, 18-year-old Ethan Riley, started an argument with him. Ethan then became physical with Connor and attempted to choke him. So Connor freaked out and opened fire, hitting both Ethan and the other victim, 19-year-old Benjamin Bleak. But there was one problem. This story didn't align with the evidence at all. Not only were there no signs of a struggle, but the witness who called 911 didn't see or hear any arguments break out. This seemed like a desperate attempt from Connor to justify his actions. When Connor arrived at the police station, one of the detectives was already there ready to swab Connor's hands for evidence.
Hey man, how are you? I'm doing good, how are you? Thanks for coming back, okay? Do you know my parents? Yeah, I did. Oh, Dad.
He was then brought into an interrogation room for questioning.
Listen, what I gotta do
is read me my Miranda rights. I have the right to attorney.
But I'm gonna read them, man.
As they got into the questions, Connor began panicking, so they did their best to calm him down.
Hey, listen to me, Bo. Take some deep breaths, okay?
I don't know you, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to know you, right? Just trying to understand. You know?
Yes, sir. You just go straight to the chase. No. Just old I'm just all my idiot self had that stupid finger on the trigger.
For some reason, it seemed that Connor had forgotten the story that he gave in the back of the cruiser.
He tried to come at me and I got freaked out.
This claim of self-defense was already hard to believe, but he eventually told the detectives a new story that sounded even more ridiculous.
Tell me how the gun goes off.
It happened so fast. I had it in my hand. I really don't know. I was just standing next to Ethan. I don't know, but I heard it. Oh.
To paint a picture of Connor's second story, he is now saying that once he and his friends entered his house, he decided to show off his new gun when it unexpectedly fired. This story could explain how the first shot went off, but what about the second shot?
So I've got two guys that are both been shot in the head, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, how does that happen as an accident? That's what I want you to explain to me.
With just a little bit of pushback from the detectives, Connor gave in and told them everything.
You know what? I need to be honest with you guys. I just need to be. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I've had homicidal thoughts for so long. I went up to Ethan and just. I'm sorry for lying, you guys. I'm really sorry. I know it's gonna sound really like psychopathic and just like straight up disgusting. It's weird, but the idea of murder is just super interesting for me. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why.
What did you think you were going to be able to achieve to help you by doing this tonight? Was it something you felt you had to do to be able to get this pressure off of you?
Yes, you said it right there. Those are the exact words.
As far as Connor could tell, there was no rhyme or reason for his urge to commit murder. That being said, the detectives wondered why he didn't try to kill his third friend, the one who was in the bathroom during the shooting.
I think he closed the bathroom door, and I thought it was risky to either shoot through the door or go, because he locked the door. Okay. And I'm really glad. I'm so glad that he closed the door and I didn't kill him. I'm so evil. I convinced my mom to buy that gun for me so I can shoot somebody. And, oh, this feels so much better.
In retrospect, Johnny's buying her mentally ill and underage son a firearm probably wasn't the best move. But according to her, she had no idea about her son's dangerous mental state and didn't see a problem with buying him a gun.
What was the reason for buying the gun?
He wanted to get it.
However, the investigation would later show that Connor was seeing a psychiatrist for severe anxiety and other mental issues. Johnny's also allowed Connor to self-medicate at home with marijuana and alcohol, but this resulted in Connor forming dependencies on these substances. Despite these factors, Connor's parents frequently took him to the gun range without asking his doctor if he was mentally fit to be handling weapons. On top of all of this, Connor slowly started isolating himself from his friend group and began posting videos of himself playing with firearms from his mom's safe. He became hyper-fixated on true crime videos, sometimes saying that he wanted to become a homicide detective, and other times saying that he wanted to kill people. And just hours before the shooting, he posted a selfie on Instagram with the song Who is Freddie Dredd playing in the background. And the lyrics were about killing people. It was clear that Connor had an unhealthy obsession with the content he was consuming, and it seemed that Connor's parents didn't see his concerning behavior as a cry for help.
What I did was wrong. I need to do the punishment. I know that. But I also need help. I need some help.
The interview was wrapped up, and Connor was escorted to a holding cell at the Friendswood Police Department. While he was in jail, he made a phone call to his mom telling her the same things he told the detectives.
Mom, I need help.
I know, sweetheart. It's okay. We'll get it for you, okay?
I did a very bad thing.
The next day on Christmas Eve, his parents were able to post his $1 million bond, allowing him to spend Christmas Day at home. The same home where the shooting took place. At least until 6 p.m., when he was indicted for murder and the police were back at his doorstep to arrest him.
Somebody spotlight these windows.
With their guns drawn, Friendswood police swarm the home of a 17-year-old, now murder suspect.
The Friendswood Police Department, we have a warrant. Come open the door now.
Still no movement from inside the home. The officer gets back on the bullhorn.
We have a warrant. Come to the door now.
Johnny?
Yes, sir.
Hey, is he here?
Where's he at?
Where's he at?
There, he's right there.
Hey.
Hands. Show me your hands. Turn around, face away from me.
You're under arrest for murder, okay, bud? All right, come on.
escape to them. Can I give him a hug?
Sure.
No hugs?
No, it's not. Connor, go. Connor, let's go. No hug. Hey, we love you, Connor. Connor, we're working on it, okay? Yeah. Be strong.
Connor was escorted to the back of a police cruiser yet again and sent back to jail. The next day, he pled not guilty to his charges. Another $1 million bond was set, this time with strict conditions, including 24-hour house arrest, a GPS monitor, surrendering his passport, no social media access, and no contact with the victims' families.
Are you Connor's parents?
No, ma'am.
Are you family members?
We are.
Any comment about these new charges?
I don't know anything about any new charges.
He was charged with murder.
Okay, yeah.
Any comment on that?
That's not me. No comment. No, ma'am.
What about his $1 million bond? Do family members plan to bail him out this time?
No information on that, ma'am.
Once again, his family posted his bond within days, and he remained at home with his mom while awaiting his trial.
I've met with him on multiple occasions, and he comes across as a very remorseful, very, very remorseful young man who is just kind of one of your typical 17-year-old high school students. So it was very shocking. We are just now getting the evidence in the case. It really does, in my opinion, support the idea that this was a very, very serious mental health episode that caused this.
While Connor's defense team started preparing for trial, his peers at Friendswood High School were still processing this tragic event.
You see it everywhere on social media, on news articles. Everyone's talking about it.
Senior Alex Liaviondo says he knew victim Ethan Riley for years. This is a photo of the 18-year-old from a GoFundMe page set up to help pay for funeral expenses.
I have him in my English class, and I'm just going to look around. It's just going to be an empty seat. I don't think I'm ready for that.
Friendswood police say Riley was fatally shot last Saturday by 17-year-old Connor Hilton at his family's home here on LaSalle Street.
It's very tragic.
On August 25th, 2025, a hearing was held to decide whether or not the defense could introduce a certain witness during the trial, Dr. Doug Bremner. Dr. Bremner is a professor of psychiatry and radiology at Emory University School of Medicine. His professional opinion was that at the time of the murder, Connor was in a state of psychosis due to his acne treatment. This opinion was based on a study Dr. Bremner conducted in 2005, which concluded that the chemical in Connor's acne treatment had major effects on the human brain.
There's the brain on the left before treatment, and then after 3 months of treatment, you can see there's a visible decrease in function in the upper part of the brain. Why is that important? What are we talking about? Because we know that that part of the brain is involved in depression and also impulsivity.
Even right on the packaging, it mentions a possibility of psychosis and violent behavior. Apparently, Connor had used this treatment in the past, long before the shooting, but had to stop because it was affecting him emotionally. However, in January of 2023, 1 year before the shooting, he started using it again. The defense claimed that this was the start of his concerning behavior, and over time, the homicidal thoughts slowly set in. Connor's history with his acne treatment, along with the fact that the prosecution couldn't pinpoint a motive, led Bremner to believe that Connor was experiencing a psychotic episode at the time of the shooting. However, the prosecution began questioning Dr. Bremner, and it became clear that his opinion was based on generalities and possibilities, not Connor's personal experience.
Said he was psychotic because he was taking the Accutane. I need you to draw a line and explain to me how Connor Hilton taking the Accutane made him insane at the time of the offense.
Well, we know that Accutane can cause psychosis.
In Connor Hilton.
And that's what happened with him.
Have you ever performed a brain scan of Connor Hilton?
No.
To discredit Dr. Bremner's opinion even further, they pointed to a more recent study from November of 2023 that said Connor's acne treatment does not cause an increased risk of psychosis. They believed that Connor's state of mind was crystal clear based on his general wherewithal when the authorities arrived at the scene, and his ability to tell right from wrong.
Dear God, I'm going to hell.
So evil.
It was up to the judge to decide what Dr. Bremner's role would be in Connor's trial. It was determined that Dr. Bremner was allowed to testify for the defense, but only during the penalty phase, which would only take place if Connor is found guilty.
Basically, the judge has ruled that it's not admissible to determine whether or not Connor is guilty, but it should be admissible in terms of mitigation. Mitigation meaning trying to lower the punishment that the jury gives him potentially if he's found guilty in the case. While we respectfully disagree with the judge, she gave us a good hearing. She listened to the evidence and she formed her opinion, and we respect that.
Connor's trial was just weeks away at this point, and without an expert witness to support their claims, there was a high chance that he would be found guilty and potentially spend the rest of his life in prison. So just days later, Connor decided to take a plea deal.
How do you plead to each of these charges?
Guilty.
The deal was that if Connor pled guilty to murder, he would only serve 50 years in prison, and he would be eligible for parole in just 25 years.
The motivating factor above all was Connor. Connor wanted to plead guilty at that point. He didn't want the families to have to come down here and testify and go through everything that they would have to go through in a trial subject to cross-examination.
At the plea hearing, those affected by Connor's actions were given the opportunity to speak to him directly. The first person to take the stand was Benjamin Bleak, one of Connor's victims. What we haven't told you up until this point is that both Ethan and Ben were actually clinging to life when the first responders arrived at Connor's house. They were rushed to the nearest ER, and although Ethan had ultimately succumbed to his gunshot wound, Ben made a miraculous recovery. He was paralyzed on the right side of his body, so he spent over a month in physiotherapy, regaining his motor skills and physical strength. Eventually, he was able to walk, talk, and eat, but his memory from the night of the shooting never came back. He learned about the shooting and Ethan's death when he saw an online news article about it on his mom's phone. In Ben's own words, he was furious.
First of all, stop sniveling, stop crying. You did this to yourself. And secondly, the grief you have caused the Rileys and my own family, I will never forgive you.
After Ben's statement, his mom, Shannon Bleak, who was with Ben every step of the way throughout his recovery, got on the stand and scolded Connor's mom.
We are all living this nightmare because a mother chose not to tell her son no when he asked her to buy a gun. Shame on you.
Ethan's father also said his piece, reflecting on the wonderful person his son was.
I sit here with so much love in my heart for my son, Ethan Matthew Riley. He's a beautiful soul, full of love and light. You can see that light in his eyes. A light that will continue to overcome the darkness of your evil thoughts and actions. I'm going to close with the words that I shared at Ethan's funeral. To our son and brother, Ethan Matthews Riley, there are no words to express how much we love you. You are and always will be our beautiful son and brother and the love of our lives. Our love and admiration for the person you are is immeasurable, beyond words. So until the time we can wrap our arms tightly around you, kissing your beautiful face, we will continue to hold you firmly in our hearts, wherever this earthly journey takes us.
Connor was sentenced to 50 years in prison for murder and aggravated assault, causing serious bodily harm. But this story doesn't end there. After Connor's sentencing, Ethan Riley's parents filed a civil suit against Johnese Hilton and won. A jury determined that Johnese was negligent for buying Connor marijuana, hosting gatherings where alcohol was present for Connor and his friends, and purchasing a handgun for him, failing to recognize that he posed a potential danger to others. Although Johnese explicitly told the detectives that she had bought the handgun for Connor during her interview.
What was the reason for buying the gun?
He wanted to get it.
She changed her story completely during her civil suit. Apparently, when she watched that part of her interview, she had no memory of it, and she claimed that she had actually bought the gun for herself, not for Connor. However, text messages exchanged between Connor and Johnese showed that Connor had told her to buy the specific gun he wanted. Ultimately, Ethan Riley's parents were awarded $60 million, but it is uncertain how much of that money the Rileys will be able to collect from Johnese. Shortly after this decision, Johnese Hilton sold her house and moved out of Friendswood. As for Connor, he currently resides at the George Beto unit in Tennessee Colony, Texas, and will be eligible for parole in the year 2050.
has a blown head gasket. It overheats like crazy.
New engine. That is a 1987 Suzuki Samurai with a real bad engine.
It has a blown head gasket. It overheats like crazy.
New engine. And what a better engine than a Hayabusa. Here we have two vehicles. One built by Suzuki, the other with an engine built by Suzuki. Both of them are a 1.3 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. This one makes about 63 horsepower when it was brand new on a good day. That one makes 180 plus horsepower stock. Not to mention, this Hayabusa engine revs to 11,000 RPM. That's twice as high as that. And when it's all combined, we're gonna have 60 gears to choose from. So you combine 60 gears and twice the RPM range, it'll go really, really, really fast. Or really, really, really slow.
We have already done a Hayabusa swap into this little red car, but unfortunately, we rolled it and you can't get parts for this thing anymore. So we are just over this project and it is incredibly dangerous. So we think it's time to put this amazing engine into something a lot cooler.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, it looked to me like the only reason Edwin got him is for traction purposes. That solo car is way faster than it should be.
Thing actually launches pretty hard in 4 low. Well, I guess that's what you'll have when you have 4-wheel drive versus 1. Uphill in loose dirt. Time to put it out of its misery. Try to cook off that tire before we start. Valiant effort, anyway. Luckily, this whole rear subframe here, they should basically just drop right out of the back of this solo car. I just gotta disconnect everything first, get all the wiring and plumbing removed, and then yank this Hayabusa engine out of here.
It's a shame Chris just left.
Now this is something those belong on. You know what's funny is it's kind of the perfect size and shape. Hello, tiny babies.
Whoa, they're like twice as big already. In
Yeah,
like 4 days.
It's funny, they're like super varying in size. Like, look at the difference between these two. Because they hatched like a week apart.
Whoa, look how big their bills are already.
I know, but look how tiny this little guy is.
Yeah, like 4 days ago it was like
I know.
a third that size.
They're growing fast. This guy's still small enough to be a little pocket duck. You'll be comfy once you're in the pocket, I promise.
So what's the biggest one in there?
What are you naming it?
Cluck Norris?
Cluck Norris? Dude, it's not a chicken. They don't cluck.
Duck Norris?
Duck Norris, that's much better.
Duck Norris.
Duck Norris. I think we had like 34 of them or something, the baby ducks. Kylie sold 6 of them to somebody already. We also can't really figure out why there's white ones, the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Because none of the ducks that they came from are white.
Some custody battles in these guys' future.
It actually fits on that better than anything else they've been on.
That's great. I like it.
You know, it's the first thing that they've been on that they didn't actually make it uglier. Because it's not possible to make that thing uglier. Aha, look at that. Anybody need a weird shaped wheelbarrow?
End of an era for this thing.
It wasn't much of an era to begin with, to be honest. So, I got pretty much everything disconnected from this up top. Basically just the transmission bolts. I even have the engine mount bolts already taken out. So I basically just have the mount bolts that attach it to the transmission, and then the engine will be ready to come out. But first, I'm gonna put it up on the lift so I can get to anything from the bottom, like for example, remove this header because it's in the way of the engine coming out. So, get a nice look at the underside of this thing. That's really a well-mounted exhaust. I mean, granted, it's not bolted to the engine, but still. Man, that is a tiny little transmission.
Everything in here is kind of miniature.
Look how small this transmission is. It's so tiny. Sparky, move!
He kind of has no sense of danger.
Not at all. A friend is borrowing our normal engine hoist, so I brought the all-terrain engine hoist.
So what are we going to put this one in next, Ethan?
Nothing. We're gonna list it for sale on Marketplace, real cheap. And if no one buys it, it's going straight to scrap. But you know, at least get. I mean, it still runs. It needs a head gasket, but I don't know. Hey, maybe somebody wants parts for their Samurai. Despite the fact that Chris and Edwin both wanted to drain the oil out of it and put a brick on the gas pedal and see how long it took to blow up. I'm gonna weigh it real quick because I'm curious. Quite the teeny tiny little engine. Well, what's the verdict?
0 pounds.
0? What? I just replaced the batteries.
Sparky, don't go under that.
All right. How much does the engine weigh? I'd say 180 pounds or so. Now we can get a number.
Your guess was pretty close.
Wow, that was a very solid guess. That's my best one yet. I was off by 2 pounds. It's 178. All right, well, let's get all the piles of random and we can compare. It's actually not much heavier. 197 pounds.
I was going to guess 205 just based off your posture and facial expression.
You were closer. It's 210 pounds currently. What'd you say?
205.
Very close. It takes measuring to find out exactly how it's going to fit. Yeah. Not going to work super well. I decided I should strip down this engine a little bit before trying to mount it. So I'm going to pull the exhaust off because no matter what we do, it's not going to be able to be in the same specific orientation that the exhaust is now. Might as well remove it and then rebuild it. Figure I might as well wash some of the crustaceans and massive quantities of tire rubber.
I wonder what the rubber is.
One of the great mysteries of the universe, man. Figure might as well clean this thing up a little bit before we put it in the Samurai. And also clean the Samurai up a little bit before we put this in there.
I've been wanting to do this ever since Ethan's first reaction.
That really is some of your finest work, Steven. I think you should have just put it right over the license plate.
We can lower it.
Like, so that the license plate is dead center in the mouth.
You gonna just use the skid steer again?
I don't really want to. It's kind of a pain. Gets in the way. I was thinking about maybe...
Oh, just hang it off the lift somehow?
Yeah. With that chain hoist we have, that crossbeam isn't designed to hold much weight, but it's a 200-pound engine.
What if you just use these somehow?
Oh yeah, that's actually even better. It's a Suzuki heart transplant. We have a 40-year-old with a bad heart. We're putting the heart from a 20-year-old in it.
I guarantee you he rolls in tomorrow and
Still has no idea about the lips. Huh?
Yeah. Well, just think. He's going to get to the house, have dinner, come out of the house after dark, drive here in the morning. Man, if only there was a good way to take wagers on how many hours it takes him to realize.
I know. I wish we could have sent a camera, but we'd have to have it recording for possibly multiple days.
And that'd be highly suspicious if we just had a camera strapped to the front of his truck.
So it's definitely not going to be able to be direct drive with a straight drive shaft. One way it could be done is a drive shaft from here straight back and then attach like a sprocket here and a chain. That'd be a really short chain, and short chains at high velocity don't work very well. They tend to get cooked. Possibly, if I can get the angle right, we might be able to do like a drive shaft with CV joints. Yeah, that might be the way to go. It's just a little stubby CV axle. Because look, transmission isn't really confined to where it mounts, because the back end is just a drive shaft to the transfer case. So
It has quite a bit of play, actually.
Yeah, if that moved there, this kind of changed angle a little bit and came up a little bit. I have a plan for the drive shaft. I messed around with the angle of the engine a lot, and I came up with something that I think is going to work. So I took the inside out of the clutch for the Samurai, because those are the splines I need for that. I'm going to use that to make an adapter. I'm going to use these Volkswagen style CVs that I have. I'll just make an adapter plate, welds to this. This will just be the splines, and then it'll have that 6-bolt pattern. So I can bolt that on one end, and I have only a very short axle, so they don't take up a lot of space, and they can also handle quite a bit of angle. So that's the plan for the transmission end, and then basically same thing for the Hayabusa end, except I'm going to use a sprocket, or the splines and a sprocket. But
If you think about it, it's kind of like a one-sided hexagon.
yeah, once. Or, Steven, is it a 365-sided hexagon?
Oh, no. Or is it infinite-sided?
It's infinite-sided, yes. I thought I had that center hole pre-drilled enough. Not quite. I'm using this 1-inch roughing end mill to bore this out, because it's just the largest thing I have. Look at that! It's a little pocket duck. Let me steal it. Oh, I got ducks in my pockets. Look at this little guy, just chilling in there. Hello! Hello, pocket duck.
You're like a kangaroo, Ethan.
Yes. So all of the actual cutters I have are too big, but this is called a fly cutter, and it's adjustable. So we can do it with that. I don't want to squash the pocket duck.
Give me the baby. All right, let's go back.
You can enter to win all of this and more for free, because we have partnered with Whatnot. Get a Nintendo Switch, this sweet little knife from Blue Spade Forge, you get these AirPods 4, and what we're about to buy on Whatnot right now.
We're going to add this half-ounce silver coin, this PSA 10 Charizard. Whatnot has so many different categories: sports cards, toys, Legos, Funko Pops, shoes, coins, and so much more. Whatever we hit here, we're going to add to the giveaway too. There it is. Nice. So to enter to win all of this, plus everything you just saw us buy, if you sign up for Whatnot using our link, this QR code, you will get 50 15 free dollars. Then all you need to do is spend any or all of that $15 and you will get entered to win this plus everything you just saw us buy. And no matter what, you get that 15 free bucks. You guys have to try it out. Whatnot could be a huge sponsor for us. We got to make this one hit. So thanks for checking out Whatnot. I like the live chat while you're bidding format. It's very, very cool. And I know you guys want a new Switch, a knife, and some AirPods. There are live candy shows where they put candy in boxes.
Big cup, and we're running, guys, and let's keep it.
Hey, look at that.
What?
We won all that candy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got enough Reese's to last a lifetime.
Wow, look at this. There's something for everybody on Whatnot, including me.
Yeah, that's not doing anything. When all else fails, bust out the step drill. So, it's currently just a little bit snug. Bolt pattern is perfection. So I want to turn down this edge round anyway from where I cut off the outside of it. So while I'm doing that, I'll just make this little step here just a skosh smaller so it actually fits in the hole that I made. A little bit of a press fit, so to speak, and you're ready to weld. Tuning it up now. Now I'm going to cut a little bit of a taper onto the face of it so that the CV has some more room to move around. Bada boom. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I wouldn't just say. Look at that. Went out to my pile of random axles and found a Volkswagen one here, complete with relatively intact CV boots. Got this end, got that. That'll have plenty of angle. Now, I just need to make the other one, and then we can take this axle and shorten it. It's not the strongest thing ever, but should be fine in this case. That's big enough to get the socket in there, which means it's more than big enough for the nut, and that I'll weld around there. That's just to space it out so that there's room for the nut to go onto the output shaft to hold this on. And the reason I didn't just, do that to start with is because it's just not accurate enough for this kind of thing when it's determining the center and whatnot. But in this case, all it needs to be is an equal thickness, which obviously it is. I need to figure out how I'm going to attach. I mean, obviously I'm just going to weld it just like I did the other one, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do to keep it perfectly concentric because it doesn't have any flanges. Maybe what I could do is see if I can find a piece of stock that'll fit perfectly through the center of it. There we go. That is precisely the right diameter for that. So that's perfect. All I gotta do is make the hole in the blank the same size. I have to turn down the outside because the teeth will run into where the bolts go for the CV. So this shaft that happened to be the right diameter, I just stuck it in there and then ran the tailstock into it to jam that up against the chuck, and it seems to be working.
I'm heading out for the day, and I just watched Chris go to his truck, staring at the ground, walked right by the lips yet again. It's like day 3 now. That's too funny.
sprocket with no teeth. It's a toothless sprocket. Got both my adapters made. Something I didn't realize is that those splines from the clutch plate are not very tight, so I'm gonna need to find a way to fix that a little bit more. That much wobble is gonna be a problem at high RPM. I threw this just random chunk of stock in there. Obviously, the splines on it are not accurate, but it gives me a decent idea of angle without having to cut and splice the axle yet. But I was sitting here and I had an idea. If I take a chunk out of the bell housing over here, I might be able to get it close enough that I don't actually need the axle and boots. Because the problem is, right here, the boots are too long. Like, I won't even be able to get the CV boots on there. And I still don't have room for the radiator. So yeah, I'm just kind of thinking maybe if I can finagle everything just a little bit. Yeah, see? Like, that's obviously a little bit odd on the angle there, but then if I just take a little bit off the edge of the bell housing here, I mean, really, it might even just be this top edge that needs to be removed. Then I can possibly get the engine right up to it, and then we have tons of room for the radiator. It's like right there is where I really want the engine to sit. Right there. But that doesn't work well for the drive shaft, because that's as far over as the transmission can come this way, and that's a very steep angle for those CVs to be at. Got these crusty old CV boots here, and I'm doing a test to see if I can kind of overlap and splice them together. Yeah, I feel like that actually seals pretty well. That's an option. Boot problem solved. Well, we long ago passed the point of no return for this thing just, you know, not being a normal Samurai, so time to lop chunks off the transmission bell housing. You go ahead and make the stubby axle. I think it needs to be about this long. I was using this piece of stock in there just now when I was fitting it. I'm going to cut the axle a bit longer than that, and that way I can turn down one side and then drill a hole in the other and make them nest together. Thing's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Make a hole in that one. So I see you beveled it for weld. Yep. And then this one will kind of do the same thing. I'll bevel it and then bore a hole in it. You want a moldy squash? There you go. Have some moldy squash. These new geese are hilarious. Also, did Chris notice the lips on his truck yet?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. You notice anything different about your truck yet?
Yeah.
You notice the lips?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I saw them the day you put them on.
Well,
Oh, you
no,
haven't
we just
said
you know, you
anything,
didn't
so-
say anything, so just had to check. You never know. You could have just been getting in the truck and not looking at it yet.
No, I left them on there.
Is that just a quart of yogurt for breakfast, Chris?
Yeah.
Time to weld this together, so I turned it down so that it's a very snug fit, one inside of the other, and I'm just gonna weld that seam. There's a chance that that won't hold the power, but I think it'll be fine. I think there's weaker points in the system than that. Just go ahead and weld it up in the lathe here. It's nice and straight, and the lathe will help keep it that way. That is welded. Nice and strong. World's shortest CV. Yeah, it is.